Sure, here's a 1,000-word YouTube video script about the Plymouth Cuda Convertible, including a channel intro and price information, written without headings or bold text. Welcome back to Future Cars Update, the place where we explore timeless classics, cutting-edge machines, and everything in between. If you're into iconic vehicles that defined an era, then you're in for a real treat today. We're taking a deep dive into a car that doesn't just roll down the road, it makes a statement every time it does. Say hello to the legendary Plymouth Cuda Convertible. Now, the Plymouth Cuda, especially in its convertible form, is much more than a car. It's a symbol of American muscle, attitude, and performance that took the streets by storm during the golden age of the 1970s. Introduced under Chrysler's Plymouth brand, the Cuda was essentially a performance-focused version of the Barracuda, and the convertible variant added that extra layer of open-air freedom and bold style that gearheads still crave decades later. The model year that gets the most attention is undoubtedly the 1970 and 1971 versions. These were the years when the Plymouth Cuda Convertible stood tall as one of the meanest-looking, most powerful rides on the road. What made it so special? Well, let's talk about what was under the hood. You could get these beasts with several engine options, ranging from a 340 cubic inch small block to the legendary 426 Hemi V8. The Hemi, of course, is the one everyone talks about, and for good reason. It was rated at 425 horsepower, but anyone who's driven one will tell you it felt like a lot more. The torque, the sound, the sheer aggression, it was a street-legal drag racer with a soft top. But power is just one part of the equation. The styling was a huge reason why the Plymouth Cuda Convertible became so iconic. Those bold lines, that aggressive front grille, the long hood with optional shaker scoop, and those signature hockey stick stripes along the sides made it instantly recognizable. And with the top down, it had this raw, rebellious energy that few cars before or after could match. This was a vehicle that demanded attention and got it without even trying. Inside, the Cuda Convertible offered a driver-focused cabin that was all about performance. It wasn't overly luxurious, but that wasn't the point. The dash had clear, easy-to-read gauges, a pistol grip shifter for the manual transmission, and a simple but stylish design that put the driver in full control. Optional features included bucket seats, wood grain accents, and rally instrument clusters. When combined with the power under the hood and the roar of the engine, it all came together to create a pure, unfiltered driving experience. Now let's talk rarity and value. Plymouth didn't make a ton of Cuda convertibles, especially the ones equipped with high-performance engines like the 426 Hemi. In fact, in 1971, only 11 Hemi Cuda convertibles were produced, making them some of the rarest and most valuable American muscle cars ever built. If you were lucky enough to own one of those, you're sitting on a gold mine. At recent auctions, pristine examples of the Hemi Cuda convertible have fetched upwards of $3 million, and some even more depending on condition, originality, and provenance. Even base model Cuda convertibles from the same era, with smaller engines, can command well into the six-figure range if they're restored and maintained properly. But this isn't just about dollars. The Plymouth Cuda Convertible holds a special place in automotive history because of what it represents. It was born during a time when car companies were pushing the limits of performance, design, and identity. It was unapologetically bold, powerful, and loud, everything you wanted in a muscle car. And in convertible form, it gave you the ultimate way to enjoy that power with the wind in your hair and the engine growling beneath your feet. Owning a Plymouth Cuda Convertible today is like owning a piece of American history. It's not just a car, it's a rolling symbol of an era when Detroit was cranking out some of the most memorable machines the world has ever seen. And for collectors and enthusiasts, it's a dream that lives on in garages, car shows, and auction houses across the country. Driving one is a visceral experience. The engine doesn't just start, it rumbles to life. The steering isn't numb or overly assisted, it communicates every bump, every curve, every nuance of the road. The exhaust note is more than sound. It's a song, a deep, thunderous melody that makes you want to drive with the windows down, or in this case, the top completely off. It's not perfect. It's loud, it's heavy, it doesn't handle like a modern sports car, but that's exactly what makes it so perfect in its own right. For those thinking about adding a Plymouth Cuda convertible to their collection, prices vary widely depending on year, engine, originality, and condition. A well-maintained, Numbers matching 1970 Cuda Convertible with a 383 or 440 engine can run you between $120,000 and $250,000. The ultra-rare Hemi variants are in a completely different league, often reserved for the world's most elite car collectors and museums. Even clones and tribute models, cars that have been modified to resemble the Hemi version, can still bring in $80,000 or more. In the end, what makes the Plymouth Cuda Convertible so timeless is the way it combines raw performance with unforgettable style and rare collectability. It's not just about horsepower or price tags, it's about heritage, presence, and passion. Whether you're a collector, a fan of American muscle, or someone who just appreciates beautiful machines, the Cuda Convertible is a car that deserves respect. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of the greatest convertibles to ever burn rubber on American roads. Don't forget to subscribe and keep up with us for more rare car reviews, classic revivals, and future icons. Drop a comment and let us know your favorite muscle car of all time. Would you like a version of this script in another language or shortened for a YouTube Shorts format?